Welcome to One on One with Mitch Lafon. Joining me on this episode, it is singer Doro. We talk about her upcoming U.S. tour and special appearance at the Rock Carnival in New Jersey. We look back at working with producer and songwriter Jack Ponti, Alice Cooper members Ryan Roxy and Tommy Hendrickson. We also talk about her current release, Strong and Proud, 30 Years of Rock and Metal, which features special guest Hansi from Blind Guardian, Uli Jon Roth, Bayley, and a lot more. Before checking out Doro, please check me out on Twitter at Mitch Lafon, MITCHLAFON, Facebook, One on One, Mitch Lafon, and paypal.me/Mitch Lafon if you care to support the podcast. And now, here is the one, the only, Doro. We are speaking with Doro. Lots of great stuff coming up. She's got the Strong and Proud, the Rock Carnival, the U.S. tour. Doro, always a pleasure.
Hey, great to talk to you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm heading over to the States in 2 days. We just came off a great leg in the Ukraine. We did a tour in the Ukraine, and it was awesome. It was a little bit dangerous, but we made it, and the fans were so happy, and they appreciated so much that we came over to rock, and we are on our way to do it.
So
happy.
Yeah, let's talk about the American tour, because you don't get over to America and Canada nearly as much as I would like it. Talk to me a little bit about, for you, the challenges of putting together tours, because fans will always go, "Come play my town, come." But it's not as simple as that. So explain the challenges that you have in playing, Los Angeles or Toronto or some other cities.
We started doing many gigs in the beginning of this year, and we toured all over, and now we actually got the Rock Carnival in New Jersey on the 2nd of October, and then we thought, oh man, let's put some more gigs around that, and then we were up for the Chicago Farm Rock Festival, and that would have been our first gig, but the whole festival got moved to December. So it's actually 7 gigs we're doing now, and actually, sometimes I would love to play many, many more gigs, but you need to talk to the agency, plan it all, and but at least we did two nice legs of the tour this year in the beginning and now in the end, and then next year we want to do California and Texas again.
And Canada, you need Canada. Can't forget Canada.
Canada, yes, that's absolutely, maybe a full-blown Canada tour, and I love touring there. We always have great gigs, die-hard fans. But it all needs to be planned. Like sometimes you need 4, 5, 6 months to plan ahead, and
Will the Rock Carnival show in Jersey on October 2nd just be a kick-ass Doro show, or are you doing something different or unique or special just for that special festival?
Yeah, actually, we want to play all the highlights. I think we have 45 minutes, so I definitely want to play all the songs people love, from Burning the Witches, I Will Ruins, Oh We Are, Raise Your Fist, and maybe our new single, Love's Gone to Hell, in the encore. But I will check it out. If it's more more die-hard metalheads, then maybe I'll put in an old school metal tune. And if I feel, it calls for Love's Gone to Hell, then I will do it. Sometimes we change the set list, as when we're on stage, and sometimes I feel it out. So, but 45 minutes, it's not long, so it's maybe 8, 9 songs, and I definitely only want to,
festivals are interesting because you get all these bands to show up, and then they get sometimes half an hour or 45 minutes. I think there should be a 1 hour minimum. Now, as you know, we've done many interviews over the years, and I've asked you all kinds of questions about the album you did with Gene Simmons and Tommy Thayer and Tommy Hendrickson and all these people. One guy I haven't asked you about is producer Jack Ponti, who did Angels Never Die and Machine to Machine. Now, Jack is absolutely fabulous. I mean, he's just a great everything. Talk to me a little bit about how you met him and working with him, and then we'll get into the albums and writing with him. But you know, he's done Bon Jovi, Billy Squier, Bruce Springsteen, Alice Cooper.
Yeah, actually, I'm so glad you asked me that, because Jack was awesome. He was awesome, and I think I never had so much fun in my life doing an album. It was awesome. And yeah, I was in Nashville writing songs. I was doing the tour at Hard Records, and then suddenly I got a phone call in my room in the hotel. Nobody actually knew that I was there, but you know, he got a hold of me, and he said, "Hi, oh, it's Jack Ponti. You gotta come down to New Jersey. We gotta do something together." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Wow, you know, that sounds great. He was full of energy, which I love that, and totally enthusiastic." And I said, "Well, you know, what did you do?" Or, you know, and he told me all these songs, and then he said, "Yeah, I work with Alice Cooper." And I said, "Really?" And I said, "Wow, there's one song I love. It's called Love is a Loaded Gun." And Jack said, "Yeah, I wrote it." And I said, "Really?" I said, "I got to come down." And then, yeah, a couple of months later, I went to New Jersey, the Tom's River, and we hit it off right away. We loved each other right away, and he's so funny, super talented. And the first day I was actually in his living room, and then we wrote our first song together. And yeah, and then next day the second song, and then I had the manager back then, Alex was his name. Alex said, "Hey, you know, just, you got to stay, you know." And then we did Angels Never Die, that record. Great people, great guest people. And the next record was Machine to Machine. Slick played on it, Elliot Easton, super great people. And yeah, and Jack is, he's super talented, very unique. Like he's, you know,
he's great.
A person I've never met before and will never meet afterward, and super intelligent, totally into it. But man, so funny. And I still love him, and I think he still loves me. I know that for sure. And I haven't seen him in a while, but you know, I hope maybe we can even write some more songs together.
Wouldn't that be great?
I really love his style.
So let me ask you about the songwriting process with him. I mean, he's done Bon Jovi, Shot Through the Heart. You mentioned Love's a Loaded Gun by Alice Cooper. He's done Hey Stupid by Alice Cooper, which is a big one. And of course, a lot of other stuff. You were, I don't want to say you were in the beginning of your career, but it was in the earlier part of the 3 decades. What did he bring to the table, and did you take anything? I mean, did he learn from you, or did you learn from him?
Oh, I think I learned a lot from him, but you know, I think maybe he learned something from me, and you know, it was great chemistry, and you know, it was like playing together. Like, you know, one person said, "Hey, I have this idea," and the other person said, "Oh, you know, I dig it, I feel it, you know, let's do it like this." And we were always doing a little session in the studio. I had my microphone, I was singing, he was playing guitar, and what an awesome guitar player he is. I love his, I think he's so sexy, cool. Yeah, and then we were playing together, and then suddenly we thought, "Oh, that sounds pretty good, that could be a chorus," and just like doing it, and then the song came out, and usually the song was killer, and he has a very good feel for great melodies. His guitar playing I love so much, and you know, when he put like solos onto the song, I was always there, you know, like, jumping up and down because I was so excited. It was so cool, and yeah, I think we had a great couple of years. Like, I spent a long time in New Jersey, and you know, we were family too, like totally. And
hopefully he'll come out to the Rock Carnival, and you know, you've got Alice Cooper at the Rock Carnival, and Ryan Roxie, who's playing guitar with Alice, was on the Angels Never Die album. So that'll be interesting to see if all of you get to hang out a bit at that Jersey show.
And now my old bass player from Warlock on the Clive and Agony and Force Majeure, Tommy Hendrix, and he's now the guitar player actually in Alice Cooper. He used to be our bass player, now he's the guitar player in Alice Cooper as well. So,
that's right, I forgot.
Yeah,
Tommy, by the way, is probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the rock field, and the stuff he's done with Alice and then Hollywood Vampires. It's just stunning. I mean, So in fact, there'll be sort of a early Doro era reunion with Ryan there and with with Tommy there, and who knows, maybe Jack will come and say hello at the same time.
Yeah, oh, this would be so great. And yeah, we can do a little session on stage. Yeah, who knows? I would be totally up for that. Yeah.
I'm totally into that too. Now, I do want to talk about Strong and Proud. Boy, 30 years in the career, that's remarkable because a lot of people don't seem to understand that there's a million wannabe rock stars, but only, half a dozen are able to have a one album career and two album career, and very rare are the 30 and 40 years. Talk to me about reaching that milestone, and then let's talk a little bit about Strong and Proud because that is just an incredible package that you put out earlier this year.
Like, I'm so happy that you got it, that you could see, stuff. It's 8 hours long, and, starts out with Wacken, which is definitely one of my favorite metal festivals, and, and then there's this documentary on, which I think came out great, 2 hours, like, that people can really see, the backstage stuff, the inside, like some really cool, unique stuff, and we worked on it for 1.5 years straight. And we filmed 1 year all over the world. Like, we celebrated 30-year anniversary 1 year. Like, and and I never thought I would ever last that long. I thought maybe 5, 6, 7 years, and then all the fun's over. But I love it so much, and I learned to appreciate it so much. So sometimes you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to hang in there when times are not on your side. Like in the 90s when grunge was so big and shoveled metal coincided with it. It was hard. But I always thought, okay, and I play smaller venues. It doesn't matter. There were still enough metalheads and diehard fans there that we could still keep going. Actually, in 93, 95, we had a great time. Actually, it got hugely successful in some countries where we have never expected stuff. Even the fans didn't know about us. So it was really cool. And I always want to be a singer. I always want to make people happy, give them energy and power, and it's And when I started out, I didn't know that that it's something so sacred, and I'm so grateful that we can still do it. And it's great to be a metalhead. It's great to be part of the metal scene. I love it. I think metal people are great people. They have the heart in the right spot. It's in the right place. They feel something. They're passionate about something. They believe in something. They're loyal to the band. It's like the whole metal lifestyle I love. It's a different breed of people, I think.
Were there times, though, because, if you look at your discography, Angels Never Die was 93, Machine to Machine 95, Love Me in Black 98, Calling the Wild 2000. Like, you kept putting out albums. A lot of bands, if you look at Kiss or if you look at Def Leppard or if you look at even Metallica, they took sometimes 7 years between albums. You kept going. Was there ever a time in all of that where you just said, what am I doing? Why don't I just, go home and whatever, drive a bus or were there any times where you just said, enough is enough?
No, actually never. Even sometimes it was hard to take, like sometimes we did great records. For example, what you said, the Angels Never Die, Machine to Machine, and Love Me in Black, and then I presented them to the record company. I said, the record is done. I think there's some awesome songs. Gonna check it out. And the first thing was, is it grunge? I said, no, it's not grunge. I said, but it has to be a little bit grunge, like sounding. And I said, no, man, I don't feel grunge. It's not grunge at all. And then I said, okay, put it out. And I said, what? You want to listen to it? It's really cool, very unique. And sometimes I didn't even listen to the record, so it was so hard to take. And then in 1999, I felt the climate is getting better, and I got the first phone calls in 2000 with the Calling the Wild album. We got the great tour with the legendary Ronnie James Dio, and I felt, metal is getting bigger and bigger again. And that was so great to see, but it was tough, like doing all these records, and then, they didn't have any chance that people would see him or get him or hear him. I think now, all the diehard fans, probably the whole collection, because diehards, they go to any length to get, a record. And I had a great fan club, which I still, love that guy. His name is Tony Pamela. He did our fan club in the States for many, many, many years, and he was always so upset. He said, "Oh, you have a huge following, and then the records are not coming out." He said, "Can I help you? Can I do something?" And I said, "Just do whatever you think is, is cool." And he said, "Do I need permission?" I said, "Just do what your heart tells you." And then suddenly we got 4 record deals on the table, and that was when we put out the Calling the Wild album. And then Pesch in New York, they picked it up, and it was the first release in all these years in the States. And, I thought, wow, that's exactly how I got my first record deal. Burning the Witches was actually the same in 1983. We had a little fan club, and they sent out cassette tapes, and then suddenly we had 4 record deals, and we chose Mausoleum. It was a Belgian metal label,
right.
And the logo looked cool. It had 2 drops of blood on either end. We had no idea about the business. We just thought, okay, it looks metal, that should be great. And it reminded me a little bit on that definitely the people have the power, the fans have the power, and that's so awesome. But yes, it was sometimes really difficult to hang in there. But I never thought of giving up. Never. No. It was always, there were always enough fans there who gave me so much motivation, inspiration, and it almost didn't matter. Just, the places got a little bit smaller. It wasn't the huge venues. It wasn't 10,000 people. It wasn't 2,000 people. And then I thought, oh, is that cool?
Well,
Smaller club. You can still stage dive. Crowd serving. No gas. No security. Just like full on metal, or even smaller clubs. It's sometimes more fun. And, So,
here's what I find amazing about all of this, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if you go back from Warlock to Burning the Witches all the way up to Raise Your Fist, the longest you ever took between 2 albums was 3 years. Usually it would come out a year later or 2 years later. 3 years was like, well, Doro took a vacation. But here we are in 2016, and it's been 4 years since the last. So this is the longest you've ever done between studio albums. Where do we see ourselves in terms of the next studio album? Because this is sort of unheard of that you take 4 years off or 4 years between albums. You're not taking it off, obviously, because you're working, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, feels that way, but working on that DVD, since it's like a live record and 8 hours of footage, it takes longer than you wish, but everything is nice, the details, it has to look and sound awesome. And since we did so many DVDs, actually for all our anniversaries, the 20th anniversary, great guests, and had Lemmy and Mickey D as guests, and last 25th anniversary, the Scorpions came up, and many other great guests. Then this time I thought, man, we need to really try harder to even top it. And it took like 1.5 years. So, and then in these 1.5 years, you don't think of an album, you just want to try to make this DVD the best it can be. And then the live record, everything needs to be mixed. And so now we're in the making of a new record, and I hope it will come out early next year. And we have already 5 songs. One song is dedicated to Lemmy. It's called Living Life to the Fullest. And there's some really, really cool songs on the way. I'm very excited about it. And we released one single. That was actually the song for a new album. But I thought it carries so much magic. I want to put it out right away. And that was Love Gone to Hell. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
And I thought, you never know what will happen. And then I thought, I have to use the momentum. I felt it so heavy. And then I thought, I want to do something, not like the video with the iPhone. It should be top-notch, like I was used to in the 80s and 90s, and the big MTV productions were going on. And then I thought, the song deserves something really classy. And then actually we had the idea, let's do it, with crowdfunding and then with the fans. And that was actually because of the fan support, we got this awesome video, and everybody got some special things, like stuff you can't get in your merch stuff. It was like, my stage clothes or VIP lifetime pass, something really, really unique and valuable. And then we got this video, but that was the first song for a new record, and
So 2017 then.
Yeah, probably,
5 years.
Until the end of December, and in December there's another festival, the Farmland Festival in Chicago, that got moved to December. So we will have our last gig in December in Chicago, and then going right back to the studio and working on the new songs, and next year. But it's different now. Usually we were on tour and then going into the studio and going on tour again, and now we are more on tour than ever, and the whole record industry changed. It's not anymore like it used to be. So and like 1-2 years in the studio,
Now, we've spoken about Strong and Proud, and we've spoken about how you've worked with Udo over the years, and you have a great affinity for him he and all that. Let me ask you just real quick, because I know we have to go, a couple of guys that you worked with on here. First of all, one of my favorite guitarists, Uli Jon Roth. What was it like to have him? Because, I mean, this guy is almost mythical. I mean, he's been in the scene since, I guess, the 60s, late, 70s at least. How was that? Just incredible tone.
Hero for so many guitar players, and he has so much feel, so much vibe, and that was great. And he's a very vibey, soulful guy. And we played actually a couple of times together at all these Monsters of Rock cruises, and we met many times on some festivals. So we did it before, and then I said, is it possible you come up for our 30th anniversary? He said, yes, I would like that. And then he played FEMA, which is one of our most important songs, and then it's just so great. And then in Wacken, it was awesome. So Uli is very, very nice, super.
And the guitar tone that he adds to that song is just mind-blowing. Quickly, Hansi from Blind Guardian. Now that is a great combination. These two powerful voices doing rock till death. How was it to get Hansi on there? Because he's just a powerful vocalist.
Yeah, actually, I just asked him if he wants to come up and celebrate with us the 30th anniversary, and then he said, okay, which song should we do? And then I sent him a couple of songs, and then he said, Rock to Death, I love, and I thought, cool. And actually, I think he sounds really, really awesome on it. I love that version actually the most. I think it's wonderful.
It's absolutely wonderful. And we'll finish with this because I know you have another interview. Fear of the Dark with Bayley. Blaze gets all kinds of, Iron Maiden fans have been very hard on him. Let's call it that. But the version is great, and he's a great guy. So how was that getting Blaze on there?
Yeah, actually we're long-time friends. I met him actually when he was filling in for Bruce Dickinson, when he was in Iron Maiden. I thought, wow, great singer, great guy. And then we went on tour together many times, and we know each other well. And he's a great guy. I asked him, and we did one time a tour with orchestra, and he was a guest on, and then we had this great, awesome orchestra version of Fear of the Dark. Everybody singing along. We did it in Wacken, and then I said, shall we do it again on this 30th anniversary? Because the Wacken performance, I think it was a couple of years ago. And and they said, let's do it. So just like actually, it's, when people are cool, you just call them up and say, hey, you guys have time, and and usually everyone says, let's do it. It's it's special, and
Yeah, it really is. And for those of you who don't have Strong and Proud 30 years of rock and metal, well, first, what are you waiting for? And second, go buy it, right? I mean, it's that simple as that. And Rock Carnival is on October 2nd. That is going to be absolutely stunning. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a great pleasure. Thank you again, Doro.
Thank you, Mitch. You're an awesome guy. Thank you for having me. And see you then on the 2nd of October.
Yeah.
See you guys all there, all the metalheads, and thank you so much for all these great years, for all the support. I love you to death. The metal fans are the ones who I live for. That's it always was that way, and it always will be that way. So.
Thank you, Doro. We'll do this again soon.
Okay, then I see you in New Jersey.
Yes.
Looking forward to see you again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good one.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye-bye.
And there you have it, folks. My interview with Doro. Always a great pleasure to speak with her. Please check me out on Twitter at Mitch Lafon, MITCHLAFON, one-on-one Mitch Lafon on Facebook, and paypal.me/Mitch Lafon if you care to support the podcast. And with that, bye for now. Oh my.